Mommy. No matter how many times Chika called out to her mother, who was sleeping on the bed, she didn't answer. She had always lived alone with her mother, but then her mother suddenly died. She was fine until this morning. Chika was now all alone. What should I do? Chika, who had just started junior high school, was at a loss. A simple formality was held among a few members of the neighborhood association, and her mother was placed in a small box. How should I lie from now on? Alone in the cold room of the public housing where she lived with her mother. Chika remembered her mother's last words. The blue box in the dresser. Chika searched in her mother's dresser. There it was. There was a small blue box. When she opened the box, she found an old photo. There was a man in the photo. The man was holding Chika as a baby. There was also a note with a phone number. Is it your father? If I call this number, I can meet him. Her mother had never spoken of her father. The phone number was a law firm. After she told the receptionist her story, the lawyer answered. When the lawyer told her to come to the office, Chika asked her father's name. Chika's father was a famous politician. He was a powerful man with a sharp gaze behind his thick glasses that even girls who weren't interested in politics knew. The lawyer said, shall I get in touch with him? But to Chika, who grew up with her mother in a cheap public housing complex, he seemed like a very distant person. So, she said, let me think about it overnight, and decided to go home that day. On the way home on the train, Chika remembered a man. There was an uncle named Kosuke who came to visit about twice a year. He worked at a steelworks and always wore dirty bank employee-style clothes. He was always smiling and a very kind person. And as a child I used to think, I wish he was my father. Yes, I had to contact Uncle Kosuke, too. Chika went home thinking that. When she got home, Kosuke was standing at the door. Uncle, Chika-chan. Kosuke was wearing his dirty work clothes as usual, but he looked at Chika with a smile and kind eyes. Then, a tear fell from his eye. That must have been hard. Chika jumped into Kosuke's arms and cried her heart out. That night, Chika and Kosuke ate the sushi Kosuke had brought. It had been a long time since they had had a warm meal. Uncle, you have bad taste in clothes, but your taste in food is good. When he said that, Kosuke laughed shyly. Chika had always liked the way Kosuke's face wrinkled when he laughed. Kosuke went home around 10 o'clock at night, feeling lonely. Chika opened the blue box in the middle of the night. She must have gotten tired as she took out the photos from the box and was looking at them when she fell asleep. In her dream, the man with thick glasses in the photo, who she said was her father, appeared. The man called out to her, Chika, and took off his glasses. When he took off the glasses, there was no doubt that it was the kindly Uncle Kosuke.